Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with a review for Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 7, Episode 7. So let's get to it, shall we? So the show starts with Mia on the phone with Peter. Remember, he told her last week that he had beef with Wendy. And apparently Mia has already known Peter for some time. She said she and Gordon have known him for 10 years. He's really close with the family. It's so funny that none of this has ever come up in the past, but I mean, I guess there was really no reason for it to have come up. Anyway, she says they're good friends. And she knows that if Peter has a problem with somebody, it's usually because they have come in between him and his money. There's so many jokes that I could talk about that I won't even bother. Anyways, while that's going on, Ashley is in the room with the green-eyed monsters, and she is telling them how one of her exes has been in her DMs. As a matter of fact, they tell her that she can look forward to many of her exes being in her DMs because she's free game. Hell, she's getting a divorce. At least that's what she tells us. They ask her how is everything going with the house. She said that actually she did find a house and she did put an offer and it was accepted. However, the owners of the home cannot move until the end of July, and she wants to be in the house, at the beginning of June, so she is going to withdraw her offer. Plus, she tells us that Michael is giving her grief. He's been very difficult and hard to get in touch with. He's always out of town. There's always something going on with Michael. And of course, she doesn't know why. I was like, so why all of a sudden is Ashley is so naive when it comes to divorces and not understanding this whole process? I mean, hell. Many of us have never even been divorced, and we understand why her and Michael might be having these problems. Okay, bitch, you getting a divorce. It's not going to be easy. Rarely are divorces easy, especially when there's a lot of money involved. All right, so I'm tired of Ashley with this bullshit. She can miss me with that. I feel like she's lying. I don't even know if I feel like her and Michael are getting a damn divorce. Now, Jacqueline and Mia, they're in their room and they're arguing over everything. Apparently, Jacqueline didn't know that when you go out of town that you need to bring your own toiletries. Okay, so Mia is like, bitch, if you ask me for another piece of tampon, some deodorant, all of these things that you should have got, you're going to have to run your ass to CVS. Mia is tired of Jacqueline. And considering the conversation that Jacqueline has with the ladies later, something tells me that they are friends, but, them kind of friends that kind of have competition, and there may be some nice nasty in the mixed up in the middle of that. I kind of get that from Jacqueline and Mia, but whatever. Everybody is getting ready because, or I guess they're going to start getting ready because remember, they're going out to dinner. Apparently it's very hot in the house though. Okay. Even though, nobody made any more mention of it other than Wendy talking about her nipples crunching or crisping. We saw at one point when Mia was talking to Charisse and Charisse kind of did like this, like, bitch, I'm hot up in here. When Mia was trying to tell her, like, girl, you're not going to be able to find another room because it was already hard trying to find this place. Just stay here. I know you want to go to the Four Seasons and all, but just stay here so that you know that you have a bed. All right. You're going to have to just go use somebody else's bathroom. And Shasha says, okay. Now, Wendy and Karen, they sit down to talk. And Wendy tells Karen that her only concern this weekend is making sure that Karen has a good time. Remember, this is Karen's birthday weekend. She's turning 59.
Oh, of course I'm going to have a good time because, I am engaged with my friends.
But Karen and Charisse haven't been friends for about 5 years now.
And when Charisse asked me to go to lunch, at the spring fling, I told her fine, but now is not the time to discuss whatever she wanted to talk about, so.
Now Karen is over it. She says that the bridge has burned down. And really, she says it's not that serious that she doesn't like Charisse. She just doesn't like her, okay? It's nothing more to it than that. But anyways, like I said, remember the girls are about to go out to dinner. So Giselle is always one that's ready early. Ashley and Giselle are outside. Mia comes out and joins them, complaining about her girl Jacqueline. She's still in the room. She's still trying to get ready. She ain't got half the shit. She need tampons and all this. Like, she's over Jacqueline. Anyways, where are we going? And Mia tells them that they're going to bar 1. Ashley was like, does Wendy know? I guess it's general knowledge that Wendy had gotten in touch with Peter about possibly starting a Nigerian restaurant. That was a weird statement for Ashley to make, considering Wendy hasn't had a conversation with Ashley, as far as we know, about starting this restaurant. Did she? As far as I can remember, I don't think that she did. You know, it'd be so much trickery on these shows. I was like, I feel like people sign up like, I'm going to be the villain. I'm going to be the victim. I'm going to be the one that does this. Like, certain things just don't add up. And so it was interesting that Ashley said that to her. I'm starting to feel like a motherfucker's coattails is being pulled. So anyway, Mia goes on to tell him how she's heard that Peter has beef with Wendy. And they were like, you heard that? Where did you hear that? And she says, well, from him. I talked to him and he told me that. Giselle says, well, you know what? She met Peter some time ago at the BET Awards, and they were talking, and he told her that Wendy went and did some research on him so that she could have something in common with him, so that when she approached him about this Nigerian restaurant, that he would be on board. And everybody was like, oh, she did. And I was like, what is the big deal? Of course you would want to know something about the person that you could potentially be going into business with. So what? She looked up some shit on Peter. I could have told her about the motherfucker from the beginning. I mean, we already know how Peter rolled. So apparently Peter told Giselle that he was just humoring Wendy in this request to start this Nigerian restaurant with her, and that he wasn't really serious. So if he wasn't really serious, then why is he claiming to have beef with Wendy, a woman? Like I said, nigga, go fight a man. I'm so sick of Patricia, but we gonna talk about him later. So while we're still waiting on the rest of the ladies to get ready, we decide to do some shots. Ashley asked Mia, are you in? And Mia was like, does a frog have a watertight asshole? Girl. Why was this episode in particular so hard to watch? I was just like, the whole time, I was like, Roxanne, get your patience together, because I was already over it at this point. So after they do their shots, you guys, they all head to the SUVs. We have Ashley, Robin, Giselle, and Mia, I believe, in one car. Anyway, it was weird how they had it set up, but we finally got the green-eyed monsters in the one car together. I'm sure Robin was very happy to be with her leader. And so they're on their way to Bar 1, okay? Now, when they get there, Wendy was like, I had no idea that we were coming to Bar 1. Of course you didn't, because nobody wanted to let you know, okay? Couldn't give you the decency of a fucking heads up, considering. But Wendy really has no problem because, yeah, she talked to Peter, but we didn't see anything further than that. So I'm still trying to figure out why Peter even has an attitude. Okay. She says she's not going to talk to him about business today. This is not what this trip was about. She is enjoying herself, and it just so happens to be at his restaurant. Okay. So she's going to sit there. She's going to eat, drink, and be cute. So once they sit down, get seated, figure out if they're going to be hookahing or not, order their drinks. Mia tells the group that, she's been to all of Peter's Bar 1 locations, okay? Apparently he has Bar 1, Club 1, the one in North Carolina, Miami, I guess something up in DC area, something like that, so Peter's doing the damn thing. Still don't understand why he would have any grief about a Nigerian restaurant that doesn't even go along with his brand. But again, that's neither here nor there. So they're like, when is Candace going to get here? Well, her flight doesn't land until 10 p.m. Okay. So, Ashley was just like, oh, when she comes, the vibe is going to change because, she has an attitude, okay, about some little thing. And Robin was like, the little thing is not really little. You guys have a big problem with each other. So we see the flashbacks of the reason why Ashley and Candace have problems, just in case you haven't been watching the show, all of the rest of the episodes. And, so yeah, you do have a problem. She has a problem with you. And Ashley says, I just was saying, many times Candace doesn't like to look in the mirror. Okay, so if that makes it seem like I'm being vindictive, then so be it. Now, the shit with Chris has escalated. Okay? I don't know how we went from him and Giselle going into a room and Giselle not feeling comfortable to full out, apparently, Ashley's friend saying that he grabbed her butt and felt up her side. All right. But that's what the girls came back and told Robin. That's what everybody was saying in the car. I don't know how anything got mixed up. Ashley was like, I did not say that. I said that he leaned up against the bar, kind of like, hey, how you doing? I even gestured to show you guys what he did. Somewhere along the lines, everybody else heard that he grabbed her butt and felt her side. Okay, so the shit has gotten way more damning and unbelievable. I'm like, Chris would not be doing something like that at that spring fling, even if his intention was to cheat on Candace. Like I said, it's cameras all around. It's the entire crew and cast of the show. Why would he choose that time to do something so fucking scandalous, and knowing that he got his crazy ass wife who really would probably fight him if she had to, you know? So I was just like, this is just really getting to be ridiculous at this point. Somebody has put in 20 on 10. Do you guys know if Ashley said that? Because I don't remember her saying anything about grabbing the butt, but I do remember hearing something about a butt being grabbed or, you know, felt upon or something like that. So there's that. Okay, I guess when Candace gets there, we'll have to deal with that issue, as you know, if Mia don't shut the whole trip down. But anyway, Giselle tells Karen that she's glad that her and Charisse spoke while they were at the airport.
Oh, yes, we did.
Giselle says, have you guys spoken since then? And they were both like, no. Because apparently Wendy told Charisse that Karen feels that Charisse is coming from a bad place. That's what Charisse told them. And Wendy was like, wait a minute, hold on. Don't try to put my name in the middle of that. Whatever problems that you have with Karen. Wendy was like, are you afraid of Karen? Why can't you say how you feel? Okay, are you afraid of her? And that's when Mia was like, Wendy. Like, okay, calm it down. And Wendy says, girl, you were just in the car saying how you agreed with Karen that Charisse was full of shit. Okay? So now you want to sit up here and act like you trying to take up for Charisse, and Mia was like, that is not what I said, okay? What I said was that Charisse was being a bit of a drama queen. And Charisse was just like, what do you mean that I was being a drama queen? You know? And she was like, yeah, you know, I cannot stay in these conditions. Okay, I'm going to the Four Seasons. I need a bathroom. Where's my sauna? So she starts mocking Charisse. She said, I just basically said that you were being a bit theatrical with everything. The whole situation starts to blow up. And Karen says,
well, you know, Charisse, I did not invite you to lunch. You invited me.
And Charisse was just like, well, you know what, Karen, I just wanted to talk to you because I need to know whatever the issue is. And she was like,
Charisse, listen, I have evolved. I am in a different place. What's in the past is in the past, and I prefer to leave it in the past.
Charisse was like, how do you plan to move forward if I don't even know what the problem is? The reason why I want to talk to you so I can try to fix whatever the issue is. How do you move forward if you don't even know what the problem is? And Karen was just like,
easy. I did it 5 years ago.
So Charisse was like, listen, when in the confessional, Charisse is like, well, I think that Karen is just so tippy-toe around me and not wanting to speak because she knows that I know all of her secrets. Okay. And to me, if that is indeed true, that seems like that's the person that you would want to keep close. You know, if your enemy is on the show and they possibly do know your secrets, honey, I would need to make sure that I'm friends with you so you don't get to spreading my shit. So this whole thing with Karen and Charisse still doesn't make sense to me. I'm not sure if it's about the blue-eyed man. Karen said, you know, over time that that's not what the beef is about. So I'm not really sure what exactly is the issue. So that's going on the sidelines. As Karen was just like,
Charisse, you haven't called my phone in 5 years. Why all of a sudden now?
And Giselle was just like, girl, why don't you just explain what the problem is to Charisse so we can move on? First of all, it's not between we. Okay, and I'm gonna need Giselle to mind her fucking business, but that's not what Giselle does. So she's telling her that she needs to tell her what the problem is. Stay out of it, Giselle. That's the whole thing. Everybody is always nosing in someone else's damn business. That is the reason why this whole episode went the way that it did. So then Patricia walks up. Okay, hey everybody, he goes and he hugs the folks and gives them kisses, including Wendy. Okay, and he didn't really have any vitriol for Wendy. As a matter of fact, Ashley was like me, act like he was about to stomp a hole in her ass, and he was pretty pleasant. So again, were we putting 20 on 10? All right. Well, Patricia did have a lot to say on the phone, but I guess he's playing it cool. But anyways, Karen clarifies,
I just want to enjoy my birthday. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday.
So all of this commotion is going on. We've got the problem with Karen and Charisse. We've got the problem with Wendy and Peter. We've got the problem potentially building with Wendy and Mia. Okay. Giselle being in everything. Robin just watching. Ashley just watching. So Mia gets up with Charisse and they go and find Peter. And she was like, hey, Peter, you got to really tell me what's going on with you and Wendy. What's the beef all about? And he tells her that he had sent her a contract, because she said that she wanted to do this restaurant. And so he sent her a contract and she never signed it and she never got back to him. I still feel like there's a whole lot of shit that's missing in this story, because you don't just go from asking to start a restaurant to somebody asking you for $300,000 and then a contract is being signed. So none of it is really making sense to me, okay? But that's what he said, all right? Now, Shasha wants to start her champagne lounge, all right? And he was just like, are you going to blow me off the way that Wendy did? And she said, oh, no, I promise you I'm not like Wendy, okay? I almost gave y'all Karen on that one. But she was just like, oh, no, I'm not like Wendy. Okay, she's going to have this champagne lounge. And he says, okay, well, he'll be in touch. So Mia was just like, well, Wendy needs to say what's what. Okay, why didn't she sign the contract? Just again, why are you in this conversation? Why are you in this mess? I don't give a damn if Peter is your friend and family and all of that. So after, Charisse makes her contact with Peter, and I almost feel like she was giving him the googly eye, okay? But that's neither here nor there. They go and sit back down. Before they get back to the table, we see Jacqueline over there telling everybody how, Mia's a whole lot. And she's really one of Mia's only friends that don't deal with the shit that Mia be putting the rest of the friends through. And, she's been knowing Mia since high school, and that is her friend, ride or die or whatever. But if she would have met Mia as an adult, they probably wouldn't be friends. And I was like, oh, now this is why Mia and Jacqueline have had some words off of the show now, because Jacqueline, girl, how you gonna be friends with the girl, but then you kind of stab her in the back a little bit? Even though I kind of understand what she was saying, the whole thing is you don't say that to this group of girls in particular, and you don't really say that on camera. Okay, this is a conversation that you have, in private with somebody, not when you go in and you announcing to everybody that Mia's on that bullshit and you only friends with her because you've been friends for a long damn time, but really you can take it or leave it. Who wants to hear that about their friends? So I think that's probably why Jacqueline and Mia are going to have problems in the future. And you best believe that these women are going to tuck that information away and they're going to use it in the future. So anyway, Mia comes back to the table. Her and Charisse come back to the table, and Mia was like, okay, she's going to explain why Peter has beef with Wendy. And Wendy was like, I don't have beef with a man. Okay, thank you. We're not sitting here and arguing with no fucking man over some shit. Okay, so anyway, Mia goes to explain about the whole contract situation, and Wendy was like, first of all, he didn't send a contract. He sent some paperwork, and it was the first red line from the landlord. She wanted to go and do a site visit before she get to signing shit. And I guess she let Peter know that, and he did not get back to her. Okay, so that's where they are on this whole situation. Not that Wendy should be explaining any of this to Mia, because I'm not going into business with your ass. Mia was just like, you didn't let him know that you were coming to Miami. And she was like, why would I let him know? First of all, remember, Wendy didn't even know they were coming to Bar One. Okay, so she didn't even realize that she wouldn't have known that they were going to even see Peter, because that was not where she thought that they were going. And nobody had the decency to let her know. Okay. But it's still, she doesn't have to let Peter know, because they're at a standstill on everything. And yeah, that's not what this trip is about. So she was just like, I don't have to let a man know that I'm on my way there. The only man that I let know that I'm coming is my husband. Okay, if that's what you and your husband do, if you feel that you need to reach out to men and let them know that you're coming, that's on you, but that's not what I do. Okay, and this is the conversation that escalated into a drink being thrown on Wendy. Because Wendy is using her words, like you guys like to say, and she's telling Mia, like, no, I'm not going to call Peter to let him know I'm coming. Like, no. Okay. And Mia got so upset that Wendy was saying these things to her that she picked up her drink and threw it on Wendy. Now, granted, Wendy is annoying. She is an annoying person, and I realize that. However, Wendy did not deserve to have that drink thrown on her, because Wendy was just having a conversation, albeit being loud and whatever, with Mia, but it still didn't go far enough for Mia to feel like she needed to defend herself in something, throwing a drink on her. So when that water splashed in Wendy's face, then yes, Wendy was pissed. And you know what? You would be pissed too if somebody threw a drink in your face. All right. I would be pissed if somebody threw a drink in my face. And if somebody threw a drink in my face, all right, then of course I am going to say whatever the fuck I feel like saying to piss you off. Now, I might not get into a fight with you physically, but I'm going to say whatever the hell I got to say, because now it's just like, okay, bitch, you done threw this drink on me. What, I'm supposed to still be nice to you? So yeah, Wendy starts saying a whole bunch of crazy stuff. Yeah, you and your husband, y'all sleeping with other men and women. You guys can go and sleep with other men and women, okay? And yes, she was poking at Mia, but Mia threw the drink on her. See, when you escalate a situation to a certain point, after that, there's no way to say how people should and shouldn't react. Everybody has their own reactions to the way things go. People are comparing this situation to the Candace and Monique's situation. I don't see it the same, because Candace and Monique's situation, Candace was literally asking the girl to do something to her, to drag her, okay? Monique went ahead and did what Candace was requesting of her. That was a way more heightened argument. This situation was not the same. Wendy was just talking to her, and she threw the drink on her. And that is what made it escalate. Okay. And of course, Wendy kept on talking, and yes, I guess she was making Mia more and more mad. Wendy was not going to stop talking. It was upsetting everybody else. Well, not everybody else, but it was upsetting Giselle and Robin at the table, because they were telling her that she was being antagonistic and to just be quiet, to stop talking. But like Wendy said, if somebody throws a drink on you, would you sit here and just be quiet and not talk anymore? No, you gonna say whatever the fuck you got to say to piss the bitch off. First of all, you can't get to her because security is there. So it's not like Wendy could even fight her, and I'm sure Wendy did not even want to fight her. But the whole thing is, bitch, I'm gonna say whatever I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I feel like saying. Okay? And it might not even be true, but I'm gonna say it. And so Ashley, while Mia gets up and, walks off, and she's calling Gordon because she wants to leave and get a plane ticket and shut this whole thing down, Ashley was like, yeah, I really don't think that Wendy was deserving of a drink thrown in her face. It wasn't that serious. And yeah, I would be ready to go off on somebody too if they threw a drink on me. So Ashley was like, I understand where Wendy is coming from. Well, we got Giselle and Robin over there, the green-eyed monsters. It's just like, no, she's antagonistic and she doesn't be quiet. And, they understand basically why Mia did what she did. Karen was like, I understand both sides. Okay. Karen said that she didn't think that Mia should be throwing a drink in Wendy's face, and she didn't think that Wendy should be talking about Mia's husband. Wendy was not talking about Mia's husband until the drink was thrown. Okay. So even Karen is tripping on that one. All right. Yes, after the drink is thrown, anything is said. Anything is said when you pissed. But beforehand, she hadn't said anything about Mia and her husband sleeping with other men. All she said was, if that's what you do in your marriage, calling another man to let him know, then that's something else. Now, Mia has twisted it in her mind to think that Wendy was talking about her husband. This is that very delicate dance where, the husband is in the conversation, but we're not really talking about the husband. It's the exact same thing, in my opinion, of when Robin didn't invite Wendy's kids to the thing because Robin doesn't like Wendy. But then Wendy said that you were talking about her kids, okay? And no, she's not talking about your kid. She's talking about you. The same that Wendy is not talking about Gordon. She's talking about Mia. Okay? But everybody, as soon as shit go like this, people start seeing things differently. And they start to, everything gets grayed out and all. So Mia's saying that, I can't let anybody talk about my family. And she wasn't really talking about your family like that, but, so everything is just a mess and they're arguing and Mia comes and sits back down and her and Wendy, get into it. She throws her purse and her phone and she wants to fight Mia and broke her nails and all of that. And so she was very embarrassed after everything was said and done, said that she's been taken out of her character. She needs to go. And that all might be very well true. But like I said, Robin and Giselle are like, that's not right. Wendy talks too much and she antagonizes and she, she basically deserved what she got. They felt sorry for Mia and Wendy gets up and was like, I'm leaving. Where are you going, Wendy? She was like, I'm not going to sit here and be with, any Mia sympathizers because you guys didn't feel the same way when Monique did it to Candace. Okay. And that's when she walked off because you guys remember they iced Monique out because of what she did to Candace. But now in the very same situation, they're on Mia's side. Okay. Now, in truth be told, in the Monique and Candace situation, Candace asked for that shit and she got it. Okay. But I don't agree that it's the same thing here because I don't think that Wendy had said anything that warranted having a drink thrown in her face. That's just how I see it. So it's not even the same situation for me. Okay. Mia is wrong. And then Wendy kept talking a whole bunch afterwards. Okay. I'm about sick of everybody on the goddamn show. I think it's funny that Candace is the only one that hasn't really gotten on my nerves this season. Everybody else and Karen with the shit today, yeah, they've all kind of worked my nerves. And I just was like, oh my God. When I was watching the episode, I was like, oh, I don't even feel like reviewing this foolishness. But I mean, you guys let me know what you think. Do you see what I'm saying though? That is different from the Candace and Monique situation because Wendy, can we agree that Wendy didn't deserve to have a drink thrown in her face? If the drink hadn't been thrown in her face, then we would be talking about something totally different here. So I mean, that's just sort of how I see it. But like I said, they all get on my nerves, Wendy included. I'd be fine if she was gone. Okay, Mia too, at this point. All right, we know Giselle and Robin ain't going no damn where. All right, Charisse is wheedling her way back into the show. I still love Karen, but she's gotten on my nerves today. So yeah, everybody is. Ashley was the other one who didn't get on my nerves when it came to this fight with Wendy because Ashley was like, "Oh, I get it, honey, I get it totally. Bitch, throw a drink in my face, it's on. It's on." Okay, so that's just kind of how I feel. But I feel like we're going to hear about this for the next 10 weeks or however long this show is on. And that actually makes me very sad. This is the damn Candace and Monique thing 2.0. I can't do it again. Can't do it again. The live is tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Okay. And we are going to come and have a stone cold groove. Y'all, it's going to be a good time. All right. Niggas' heartbeat got to go down. I'm stressed and anxious about it. But I'm assuming that when the actual time gets here, I'm going to be ready. This is so out of my comfort zone. I'm going to be very proud of myself when it's all said and done. Anyway, you guys, let me get off of here. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. And I plan on doing the same. Until next time, rock stars. Bye.